Hi, my name's Charlie. If you're new here, I would love for you to join my little family I've got here going on YouTube. Today's video is going to be a story time of why did I have a premature baby. I've got my notes here just in case I forget anything. I can look back, I can look down at my notes. So if you see me looking down, that's the reason why. But yeah, I thought I'd come on. I've been meaning to share this story time with you since last year. Pretty much when I had him. But I took a break from YouTube for a good 7 months. Now, baby boy is now, he's 9 months old if you go by his birthday, but he's 7.5 months old if you go corrected. He was born at 34 weeks and 6 days, so he was literally short of a day of 35 weeks. Basically, we'll go to the beginning of the story, and then I'll get into why I ended up having him at 34 weeks, the reason behind it, the plan of action of what me, the hospital, well, I say me in the hospital, I had no choice in the matter, but I'll still include. So basically, bit of a background story. We got pregnant in September 2018, which would have made him a May the 8th baby. That's when his due date was May the 8th. Obviously, I didn't have my first scan till I was about 15 weeks, just generally because I couldn't get a hospital appointment and stuff like that. Then we was happy. We were like mixed emotions. We were both happy and scared. You know, we already had 2 children at the time, and then we was kind of like, oh, what we got ourselves into. Are we going to cope with a 3rd child? Like, I did a video with you guys, literally, if you go back a couple of videos, you'll see I did the pregnancy test with you guys, and then I've got Damien's reaction on camera. I've uploaded that, so go back to my videos and you'll find it. Now, I was scared. I've done that test with you guys, but I was so scared of the outcome. Now, I didn't know what to do. Now, everything was fine in the pregnancy. We got to 28 weeks, and that's where it kind of went downhill for us. Now, I should have known really that by being pregnant again, I've put myself at risk. Because one thing that none of you know about me, my body can actually not carry full term. So when I get pregnant, I can only go to so many weeks, and then my body, I can get to 30 weeks. Well, in this case, I didn't get to 30 weeks, but I'll explain that in a minute. I can get to 30 weeks, and that's it. My body rejects the pregnancy. That was the case for Toby and Amelia Rose anyway. My body got 30 weeks pregnant, and then it rejected the pregnancy, and everything just went wrong. I had reduced movements with every single one of the kids. Well, so that level's off. I've got loads of kids. No, I've got 3 kids. For anyone that's new here. But then with baby boy, it was different. I managed to get to 28 weeks, and my body started rejecting the pregnancy. Now, I was going for scans every week, appointments every week. I went for growth scans, normal scans. Basically, I did a growth scan then the week after will be a normal scan, and then the week after that would be a growth scan, and so on and so on. And then at them scans, we found out that he was going off the growth chart. He started to stop growing, so they had to obviously keep monitoring that, make sure there was enough water around him. And then basically I went and obviously then carried on as that normal. Got to 29 weeks, and basically he just wasn't moving. So I couldn't feel him. I did everything that, like, you know, they say to do, well, our local hospital tells us to do. Is lay inside, drink some cold, drink some fizzy pop, or, like, you know, stuff like that. And obviously at this point I could do that because I didn't have morning sickness no more. But I was doing that, nothing was happening. I was poking my belly to try and get him to move. I was wobbling it a bit, nothing. So I started becoming a bit concerned. I was like, what's going on? Like, you know, I was always stressed as it is because obviously his growth, he pretty much stopped growing, and he was going off the chart every scan we went to. But he wasn't measuring where he should have been measuring. Now, then we obviously got checked, got put on the monitor at our local hospital. Like, we rang them up, it was like, we've done everything you've said, he's still not moving. They told us to come in, they put us on the monitor, and basically, which then monitors the baby's movements, and like any contractions and stuff. They'll have no contractions, but he still wasn't moving to where they would like on the monitor. So obviously that's when they become concerned. Then obviously they gave me some water and like cold water and stuff like that, and something to eat to see if you could, like, you know, try and wake him up a little so he weren't so sleepy. They'd even like wobble your belly. They was doing all that, and then like luckily, like, he moved enough times for them to be happy. Then they sent us home, and they said just obviously to keep an eye on it. And then the same thing, I was up there literally every couple of days with the same problem. And then I got a condition called obstetriculosis, I think that's how you say it, where it's basically where your liver, like, your skin becomes really itchy, like in pregnancy, like your hands, your feet, like all over. I was literally red raw from itching. Then, and my liver was pretty much giving up, like, during the pregnancy with him. Like, and I've never had that with the other two. My liver was giving up. I just felt like everything was giving up on me. Like, I had that condition, obviously I was really itchy. I was explaining to them every time I went there because he weren't moving. I think I went up there about 8 times. Obviously till I got to 34 weeks. But probably actually more than that. And I went up there and I was like, I've had enough now. Like, you know, he's not moving. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm really itchy. I had medication. I had the lot. He just wasn't, I couldn't get him to move. I don't know if it was generally him being lazy or he's actually in danger. Now, then, you know, that week came. I was 34 weeks. And 6 days. I went for a scan, a growth scan, and his growth went off the chart again, and he just wasn't moving on. When she had the thing on my belly, the ultrasound, he wasn't moving, and he was showing that he was a bit distressed. So obviously then I went back to the place where the monitor, put me back on the monitor. I was on the monitor for ages, and then obviously they must have received something on their computer from about the scan. So that's what I was waiting for. And obviously because they've seen how many times I've been up, back and forwards, with him not moving, and obviously what the scan said, him growing off the chart and whatnot, they thought it would be best that he was no longer safe for him to remain in my tummy. So on all days, this is the kind of the funny part of it, like on all days, it was April Fool's Day last year of 2019. Then I went for that scan, and they said to me, when we're inducing you, I said, are you actually being serious or are you joking? Like, you know, because it's April Fool's Day. They was like, no, we're being like deadly serious. You're getting induced, and you're not allowed to leave this hospital until you've had him, basically. So, and I was stressing because obviously we had the other two with us. I had no hospital bag. It wasn't packed. And obviously because I was only 34 weeks, obviously the clothes I had originally planned to put in my hospital bag wouldn't have fitted him. Obviously I had no idea at first, like, you know, what size he would be, you know, and what clothes I'm going to need. But I was more stressing the fact that, like, you know, I had the other kids and I had to sort out who was babysitting them while we had the baby. And I was like, today, I was like, what are we going to do? I was like, hey, we're going to sort this. He's like, leave that to me, stop stressing. Like, you know, you've got enough, like, to deal with at the moment, like, without you stressing. And then I was like to her, can I at least go and get my hospital bag and can I at least sort the kids out? And I was like, no, because if you walk out of here now, you're basically putting yourself and the baby at risk and discharging yourself. Look, so we need to get him out. So then it fell on responsibility then, which I felt even more. That's where I become emotional then. I was like, today, like, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, you're gonna have to find some. But luckily enough, they managed to go and get the kids to my mum and dad's, settled them off, and then he went to Primark and went and got a load of premature baby clothes, a blanket, scratch mittens and stuff like that. Obviously we knew he weren't going to be wearing anything but a nappy when he was first born, because he would have had to be took straight away from me to obviously receive help if he needed it. Then, so he done that, he went and took the kids to my mum and dad's and went to Primark. And then obviously I sat there for a bit on my own, and obviously I was upset, so the midwife, like, that was there looking after me in the triage bit, they was like comforting me and, you know, everything's going to be alright, keep us updated once you've had it and come and show us. And then the doctor obviously arranged for me then to go round to the induction part. So I went to the induction part and I was on my own. Obviously I was emotional, feeling sorry for myself, scared. I just didn't know how I felt. I was that scared. I was like, he can't come yet. Like, why has my body failed? And that's just how I felt. I felt dead guilty. Like, why can't I carry full term? Now, still to this day, I don't know why I can't carry full term and why I end up with reduced movements. I suppose that'll go unanswered because I don't plan on having any more kids. Just due to the general fact I can't carry full term, so it's just not worth it. And they get earlier and earlier because I had Toby at 37 weeks, I had Amelia Rose at 36 weeks, and then I had obviously baby boy at 34 weeks. So I can't risk that, you know, if I was to get pregnant again, I couldn't guarantee that I wouldn't. One, I'll probably end up with another premature baby. An even worse case scenario, I could end up losing that baby. And that's, or I'll end up probably with a stillbirth or something, and that's not what I want. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just not worth it. Now, obviously, sitting there, waiting, Dad obviously rang, he's like, yeah, I've dropped the kids, they're at mum's and dad's, they're okay, they're settled in, they don't know what's going on, like, you know. And then obviously, he was like, I'm going to Primark now, I'm going to get nice blanket for him and some premature clothes. So obviously I was talking to him. He was obviously chatting to me. I'm like, so I'm at Primark now. I'm gonna go and get what I need to get, and I'll ring up back to you. So he did that. He ringed up back to me. But in that time, my mum and dad rang me, and obviously like video chatted me so I could see the kids. Obviously I was emotional. I didn't know. There was like, you know, to reassure me that the kids are fine, not to stress, and just focus on the safe delivery of baby boy. So we did that. They come back then. He showed me what he got for the baby. Because they was like to me, can we start the induction? And I told them no, basically, because I wanted to wait for Damien. But I think we would have ended up with an April Fool's baby if I let them induce me when they wanted to. But I didn't want an April Fool's baby. So I waited for Dad to get back. He got back to me about 4. By the time we did everything. And then then they started to induce me. I had to sit on the bed for about 15 minutes after the first gel. And then I was allowed to walk about to try and get things moving. So we went and took a detour around the hospital, went outside, had a little walk around there, went back. So we kept doing lots of stuff like that. Literally, I had to have all 3 gels. Now, the 3rd gel was the one that did stuff. That, like, pretty much thinking, but this was like the next day when I had this. Like, he just wasn't doing anything. But I was in no pain, really, until I had that last gel. And then it got to the last hour and a half, and that's when I felt the pain. Like, I had this really, like, the last half hour. Like, I had, literally, when I gave birth to baby boy, all I had was some paracetamol and a bit of gas and air. Other than that, that is all I had. I had a very strong contraction, nearly fell off the bed, so I thought, there's you're gonna fall. So I thought the best idea for me is to get off the bed, in case I fall off the bed. So I stood up, and literally, I felt like wet all of a sudden. So I was like, Dad, I think my waters have gone, go and get Hal. And he was like, no, that ain't your waters. That's blood. Like, literally, my leggings filled with blood. And then, like, obviously he got Hal. I went to him, don't tell me, like, go get Hal. Like, you know, don't tell me my leggings are filled with blood, man. Go and get Hal. So he went and got Hal. I come back, rushed me round to delivery. And she was like, well, I can't check you till 12:30. And I said, we ain't making 12:30. Please, just, like, check me. Like, so she checked me. She's like, okay, well, let's, like, break your waters. Like, at first, like, so I was like, I'm in that much pain. She's like, I can't check till 12:30. I went, we ain't making 12:30. And obviously, when she left the room then, that's when she went, I stood up. And obviously, my legs were full. But she just ordered, obviously, after that, to break my waters. And then she was like, she turned around after like breaking my waters. She turned around to obviously set up a computer and whatnot. And then I'm gonna have to wrap this up, guys. My camera's gonna die. Yeah. So basically, she turned around to turn the computer on, put her gloves on, and blah blah. And I was like, no, I need to push. She was like, you can't. You're only 4 centimeters. And then I was like, no, I need to push. So, my whole, like, you know, I pushed, and he was here at 12:24. So, I was correct that we wasn't making 12:12. And then she renamed me Speedy because he was, obviously, here before she had managed to put her gloves on. Managed, like, you know, before she managed to put a second glove on, and put her computer on. But, obviously, I had him, didn't know what he weighed at this point. I literally had him for like 2 seconds, like on me, like skin to skin, and then he got took by because the neonatal people. As soon as he was born, she notified them to come in. So they come in as soon as literally I gave birth. soon as he was out, that was it, they was in the room. He was on me for 2 seconds, they took him over to the far end of the room, and then they was doing whatever they needed to do anyway. Then they took him away from me, and they took him to neonatal. Well, obviously I can hold another story about that if you want another story time. But yeah, and then the woman come back to me after, after she settled him down in neonatal, did what she needed to do, and she told me how much he weighed. He weighed £4.15. He's the tiniest baby I've had. But obviously he was all hooked up to tubes, the lot. Well, I can obviously make another video about that. But yeah, that was my story about why I had a premature baby. If I've missed anything out and I can think of anything else, I'll make a part 2. But yeah, that's like the general whole idea of it. I'm gonna have to go, guys, because my camera's gonna die. But I love you all. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.